Welcome to this tutorial on how to use MyCovenant reporting platform. This tutorial aims to support you in the reporting of the energy poverty pillar of the Covenant of Mayors initiative. For this, I will start with a quick introduction on energy poverty and why it became the third pillar of the initiative. I will then walk you through the reporting requirements and how to use MyCovenant to fulfill them. And I will end by sharing with you some of the ways you can find support on all matters related to energy poverty. We all need energy in our everyday lives to eat, cool, or light our homes. Many of us take for granted the services that energy provides. But if we cannot afford to keep our house sufficiently warm in winter or cool in summer due to high energy prices or poor quality of buildings, we will be in a situation of energy poverty, with consequences on our health and well-being. In 2023, over 10% of Europeans were still unable to keep their homes sufficiently warm in winter. And the picture may be even worse for people who are unable to keep their homes sufficiently cool in summertime. So we are still not where we should be. To address this major challenge, the European Union has increased the focus on energy poverty in the past decade. This priority is reflected in a number of EU policies being implemented today. To reflect this priority, the EU Covenant of Mayors commitments have been expanded. From what was originally a commitment related to climate mitigation back in 2008 when the initiative started, European signatories now also commit to building the resilience of their cities as well as to tackling energy poverty as key actions to ensure a just transition. When it comes to reporting on energy poverty in the frame of the EU Covenant of Mayors, these are the minimum requirements that Covenant signatories should fulfill. Three main aspects need to be reported: the energy poverty goal, one indicator to track energy poverty, which is common to all signatories, and the number of actions included in the plan, and more detailed information about one of these actions to be submitted as a key action. So let's now have a look at how the reporting takes place. For this, let's imagine I'm working in a city and I was assigned the task of reporting the energy poverty part of my city's sustainable energy and climate action plan. I go to my Covenant reporting platform, I enter into my city's profile, and I go to my strategy, where I can complete my city's energy poverty goal. The goal to tackle energy poverty to ensure a just transition is common to all signatories, and I just need to specify what is my target year and my base year, and save. After this, I go to my inventories, where I'm going to report on the actual situation of energy poverty in my city. For this, I click on Energy Poverty Assessment section. I see that only one indicator is mandatory to complete, the one highlighted in green. So I can decide whether I just provide data for this indicator or if I also wish to provide data for other indicators that my city may be using to monitor energy poverty. The mandatory indicator is the percentage of persons or households spending up to a certain share of their income on energy services. This means their expenditures with electricity, gas for heating, fuel for transport, and so on. What I have to do now is to specify how we are measuring this indicator. For example, in my city we are measuring in terms of percentage of households, and we have set a threshold of 10% of income spent on energy services. The base year we have chosen is 2020. And the current level in the base year is 90%. As this indicator is mandatory, the box for monitoring appears ticked by default, and I just need to specify my target level, which would be to reach 100% by 2030. For example, if I wish, I can continue reporting on other indicators from a list of over 50 indicators. The list is provided so that municipalities can choose the indicators that better fit in their context and for which they have data available. Some of these indicators are also contextual that support you in understanding the full scale of the energy poverty situation in your municipality. Now it is time to report on the actions that my city has planned to address energy poverty under my actions. Here, all I have to do is just to mention how the actions in my action plan are distributed across areas like the climate, socioeconomic aspects, facilities, our housing, mobility, and so on. When I come back here for the monitoring, I should keep in mind that I should also report on the status of implementation of the actions across these sectors, namely how many of these actions have already been completed by the monitoring year. Now let's continue to my action details where I can report some of the actions included in my action plan. I'm only requested to report one action, but again, I can choose more if that better reflects the ambitions of my municipality. For this, I go to Add New. It is up to me to decide to which level of detail I wish to report, having in mind that fields highlighted in green are mandatory. For example, my city is doing a project of social housing renovation which aims at renovating 500 social houses in the municipality. The objective is to alleviate energy poverty by allowing low-income households to benefit from better thermal insulation and energy efficiency improvements. So I start by indicating that this action matches with the energy poverty pillar. It may as well match the mitigation pillar. Social housing renovation is the title of my action. It's a key action. The origin of the action, it's actually from the local authorities' own initiative. As for the responsible body, it is the City Council, more specifically the Housing Department. I provide a short description of the action. It consists on the energy renovations of 500 social houses. Then the implementation start here is 2020 in this case, and we foresee to end this project by 2025. And the implementation status is ongoing. Which stakeholders have been involved for this project, either being consulted or that are supporting with the implementation? So we have involved, for example, the NGOs and civil society and the business and private sector. Then I should also enter here what is the total implementation cost we have foreseen for the full implementation of these actions, and we enter an estimated value. We have some optional fields here, and then the energy poverty details with the mandatory one, where I should identify to which macro area my action corresponds. In this case, I choose facilities or housing. Optionally, I can mark the vulnerable population groups that my action is targeting. And if I already know, I can also specify the outcome reached here. For example, I can also specify an indicator which could be the number of buildings renovated or could also be the energy savings per year and enter the values. After providing this key action, my reporting exercise is now complete and I make sure I saved everything. As you have seen, 5 minutes is all it takes to report in the Covenant platform a summary of what you are doing or planning to do to address energy poverty, and let others know about this. Now, if you have already submitted action plan or a monitoring report, you will only have to complete the energy poverty part at the time of your next reporting cycle. This is every 2 years after having submitted your action plan or your monitoring report. An important reminder before concluding is that you are not alone in this work. There are a range of ways the Covenant of Mayors Office and our key partner, the Energy Poverty Advisory Hub, are here to support you. You can consult the Covenant Reporting Guidelines on Energy Poverty, which you can find within the Resources section of our website. The Energy Poverty Advisory Hub offers a wealth of resources, all available just one click away on their website. This includes broader capacity development opportunities such as online courses, webinars, conferences, and technical assistance opportunities. For any question related to reporting, you can always get in touch with the Covenant Help Desk at info@eumayors.eu. For more technical questions related to energy poverty indicators, methodologies, or actions, you may also contact the Energy Poverty Advisory Hub Help Desk at info@energypoverty.eu. Thank you. We hope that this guidance will be helpful for you when it comes to reporting some key elements of all the job you are doing to tackle energy poverty in your municipality.